All right, all right. Here's a little note from the universe. Thank you guys. Hear me now, way better. Um, Waiting for it to load. Okay, let me see. Can I hear myself? Okay, sweet. So let's talk about this, guys. This is a very, very inspiring and important topic for me. I remember a long time ago, I'd read this book called Reality Transurfing. I'd been through it, and I had started exploring this book, guys, into great depth, and I started to understand things about reality better. You know, we're always on a pendulum swing from left to right. Okay, if you notice, a lot of people are living out of synchrony, out of harmony in their lives. Okay, if you see a lot of your friends, perhaps they demonstrate some of these traits where they start moving from one thing to the next, creating this constant pendulum swing. Okay, creating now polarity is very good for, let's say, you want to make a lot of money or you want to stand out. That's fine. However, at the same time, you have to understand you are repelling some other energy against it. So there is a conflict, an energetic conflict that you have to confront, okay, to understand it better. So without further ado, let's get started. I just need to share this with the tribe. All right. You have to confront. That you have to confront. All right, live now. Live now. By the way, a lot of us are going through major shifts right now, okay? So it's just going to be very, very important that we take care of ourselves and we make sure that we feel at our best and perform at our best. That's the flow state. So let's get started, guys, okay? Reality Transurfing as Primal Sutra, okay? Welcome to this video. Today we're diving into this topic of reality transurfing by Vadim Zeland, okay? And how it connects with Primal Sutra. If you're not familiar with any of these concepts, you don't have to worry. I'm going to break it down for you in a way that makes sense and adds real value to your life, okay? Let's roll. So here it is in a nutshell, okay? Reality transurfing in a nutshell. Number one, you got to understand infinite realities exist, okay? Every possible outcome already exists. So you align with the reality you want through your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, okay? So it's like having so many different channels of the TV, right? You're living throughout your day, and all these different TV channels come into your consciousness, come into your mind frame. You have to pick the right one if you want to thrive in that arena. For instance, if I am, for my business purposes, posting on social media, I have got to speak to that one individual, their channel. Okay? It's creating a channel from me to the people that I want to help, which is technically a younger version of me or somebody who has been through the struggles that I've been through, right? And so I align with that reality through my words, my actions, my emotions. So of course the right people will find me and magnetize towards that because infinite realities exist. I just have to pick the right one, okay, that allows me to thrive, okay? So I'm gonna get into this guy, by the way, the normie versus the holy monster. We're gonna take a pause on that. So the Primal Sutra connection, in Primal Sutra, we call this thing shifting timelines. Okay? Yes, I'm early today because I have work, babe. I'm early streaming. Actually, sometimes I'll go like an hour earlier, and sometimes I go up and maybe a half an hour later or an hour later. But it really depends. I find my flow throughout the day when I'm ready to go. So by embodying the flow, you're present and aligned, and you step into your desired reality effortlessly. This is what we call shifting timelines. So when you were in an old timeline and you feel stuck, you feel trapped, you want to now feel much more ease by shifting into the newer timeline where those problems are not as relevant anymore. They seem like they're extras, okay? They're not the main substance of who you are and what you are. So you have to drop importance and excess potential. The more you obsess over something, the harder it becomes to achieve, right? Like if I'm obsessing over this goal, I'm creating more resistance to that goal, and life will balance it out by pushing that thing further away from you. So I'm giving you guys a personal example. I just found out that I got my visa approved for New Zealand. So I'm heading to New Zealand. Okay. Shout out New Zealand and Vadim Zealand. Okay. Bars. Okay. But yeah, I'm very happy. Thank you so much for all the support, all the wishes and kind words around it. Of course, you all helped. And my dad, in such a cocky way, he told me, the amulet that I'm wearing, that he gave me. He's like, now you know that the amulet works, doesn't it? Because he just got back yesterday, okay? And I just wore it yesterday, the pendant. He's like, now you know how the pendant works, huh? Like, I was like, okay, damn, right? But no, I believe it. I believe in the power of something like that because if the secret mantra actually worked, like that's beautiful, right? It goes to show you that the spirituality journey is not so like, in the air. It's very practical and it aligns with the concept of blisscipline that we call, okay? Blisscipline. Blisscipline is approaching goals with joy and detachment rather than force or desperation, right? A lot of people, they try to chase their goals like they're trying to push a rock up the mountain, okay? It creates a lot of resistance, a lot of hesitation, a lot of pressure. And pressure has got to be channeled in a right way for it to be a diamond, correct? You can't just add mindless pressure to it. That's not going to swing so well, right? So instead, you face and approach the ambitions, the things you want in life with joy and non-attachment. You just observe it. It's there, right? A part of your journey. So pendulums, what Vadim says is we have these things called energy traps or pendulums. So these are collective beliefs, ideas, or emotions that can sway you into feeding a system that doesn't serve you. For instance, you know, there's positives of Democrats, positives of Republicans, right? But also, if you feed into one system, you'll be swung to that pendulum, immediately creating a conflict towards the other pendulum, the in-group, out-group, right? So this is why the detachment is the key, because you don't want to get attached to a very extreme polarity or belief system where you get flung around by it. You guys get me? Yeah. So Primal Sutra teaches you to channel your inner archetypes to break free from pendulums so that you can reclaim your sovereignty, your kingliness, your godliness, your queenliness, okay? That royalty within. Allow it to unfold. And this mirrors the dual approach of combining surrender to flow, okay, and which is the shaman, with the strategist taking calculated actions, right? Myself and Ryan G, we're like the right brain and the left brain. Ryan G, he's very, boom, boom, boom. I want order, I want a plan, I want structure. Let's get it like ABC, and then we're done. Let's find the greatest possible, way to do this. However, I look at it like, no, let me see this from another angle. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit. Let me understand the spiritual meaning of this, right? So it's a completely different type of collaboration, which goes to show you and start to understand that we are walking hemispheres. If you work with Primal Sutra, you're working with the two hemispheres of the brain. And this will help you tap in to unlock your own float state deities within you, because I truly believe that powerful archetypes like king, warrior, magician, lover, and shout out Padmasambhava, who embodies all of them, to tap into this peak performance and this mastery of the self, right? So Here's something very practical for you to do to use this kind of reality transurfing tech. Okay. So let's say you're seeing yourself already living the life you want. Try it right now. Try it with me right now. But make it very mundane. Your dream car, right? Your dream car. What's my baby girl's dream car? A cosmic universal Lamborghini, I believe. Did I get it right? So picture yourself just you're filling up that car's gas tank or something, right? You're not just driving it, but you're doing these little mundane activities, like, oh, you're taking it to the car wash, you know? You're sort of like, going around with it. You're not doing anything important. You're not running any errands or anything like that. You're just kind of, maybe you have it parked, beside your workplace or something. Very mundane, like everyday activity. Like imagine it like that, right? This is so key and so important. Making it mundane, not grandiose. A lot of people, when they daydream, they make it so big and giant and like, oh my goodness, like so much color and glamour and luxury and lights and, you know, I want the fame that I'm feeling into the. No, that's not going to work actually. If you want to be famous, you have to imagine you're backstage, you're just chilling, and like a fan won't stop knocking on your door, and you're just like, get him out of security, security, right? That's how you want to imagine it, because that's your everyday life. You have to face these dramas or these different things that life gives you. So that's actually healing your manifestation at the same time. My baby's saying, my voice heals her. That's amazing, right? That's beautiful. Okay. We manifested each other, guys. Babe, I might have you speaking about this someday, how, we met and so forth. Stop clinging to outcomes. When you force things, you're blocking things. So letting go is a part of that ego death. I mean, we will guide you something in our seminars. However, by releasing the way that you want it to go, you allow and make space for the miracles to unfold. So both reality transurfing and Primal Sutra emphasize that you're creator of your reality. That's for sure. Okay. But only when you let go of the fear, you drop the control and you step into the higher self. Because then you're supercharging your transformation. Right. So today I'm going to unleash some wisdom tsunamis that will drown your doubts. Okay. When I say wisdom tsunamis, you drown your doubts away, right? All your confusing hesitation around it, I want it gone. I wash you in the tides of higher knowing. So be washed, okay? Okay, Uncle Makara, tough love hour or season, however long we go, okay? Here's the deal. A lot of you guys know Terence McKenna, okay? Very deep philosopher in psychedelic thought and so forth, and all of these ideas, okay? And he speaks like this, okay? He was decoding the cosmic giggle, and it's time we let our words ripple through our collective consciousness. Okay, he sounds like that. All right. So imagine me, I'm going to sleep and listening to this guy say this for hours, right? Of course, I'm going to pick some stuff up and have it through my memories. So I kind of accidentally fell asleep to Terence McKenna, you could say. Maybe it was a message from the beyond, right? The DMT Clockwork Elves or something sent him a message, and then now there's having it being sent to me. I'm just playing around. But anyway, here's a reality check. Think about all the conspiracy theories that you know for a second, right? There's some real, some fake, but just think of all of them, right? Now, really believing in them is like a coloring a reality with crayons instead of painting with the oils of deeper truth. So yes, we can talk about all of these aliens, and I have on this channel too, aliens and secret societies and world banks and but these are kindergarten level distractions, my friends. You know what the real kicker is? No one's in control, as Terence McKenna said. No one's in control. That's the terrifying and liberating truth of existence. The universe isn't run by puppet masters, but the wild equations of chaos and dynamic flows. You're not looking at a world governed by spreadsheets, but by dreams and nightmares of existence itself. You guys get that? So you think you're awake because you know gravity works and coffee hits. However, McKenna knew better. He saw life as a lucid dream, a narrative spinning in the liminal spaces between chaos and creation. So he wasn't saying, wake up, in the kind of, those very tired spiritual gurus. Don't they just seem tired to you? They're not really tired, right? But they seem tired to the normal person. They're actually in bliss, right? And so he was telling us to realize that even in our waking state, we're surfing on the edge of this cosmic sleep cycle. You know that hypnagogic state where you wake up and they're little eye floaties, like these little lights, right? Floating colors sometimes. That's where the magic happens. That's where synchronicities ripple like whitecaps in the infinite sea of possibilities. Wow, that's poetic. Where is this even coming from? So you think you're awake because gravity works. You think you're awake because the laws of physics works in this dimension, right? I know I'm awake like that. I'm not like floating around somewhere. Okay, in my dream I can, possibly, especially if I'm lucid dreaming. But here's where it gets juicy, okay? Terence said that the world is made of language. Here is how I read that. Here I heard him say that, and my mind remixed it for you modern sages. The universe is code and you can hack it, is what he just said. When he said the world is made of language, I heard the universe is code and you can hack the code. If reality is made of symbols, sounds, and stories, then every word you speak, every thought you have is a line of code, reshaping the dream you call life. And one time the code becomes negative or wrong, you know how the coders know this, right? The whole system crumbles. So forget messing with the desktop of your existence, kind of driving things into folders. Drive into the source code of this thing, right? You're trying to do like lots of different styles of meditation, psychedelics, all these different kinds of rituals, but those are just your debugging tools, right? You're here to upgrade. You're not just here to be in the crab in a bucket mentality and play small like the rest of them, are you? This is why you're on this channel, understanding that culture is the original scam. Let me get raw with you here, guys. This is a very deep thought, and many people may disagree with me. However, life is a slick con artist, feeding you myths so you never ask the real questions. Okay, from the stories of gods leaking into existence to the polished lies of consumerism to culture keeping you what is the term? Neotenized, right? Which basically means like a child afraid to color outside the lines, right? But break outside the box of their own creation. But guess what? The lines aren't real, right? Sometimes you have to burn apart your operating system and rebuild the software with beauty and love, with the power of creation itself. Sometimes even with chaos, artists create through the chaos, through the life's problems. They channel it into art. So your mission, should you choose to accept it, wow, I'm on fire, huh? I don't know. Okay, so we'll get into that in a second, guys. I know that we'll get into the memes in a second. Wake up and dream simultaneously, okay? So life's paradox isn't a problem to solve. It's a dance that you have to master. It's an art form. Life is an art form. It's a science. Living is beneficial. Living right, living good, being lucid in the chaos, letting the cosmic giggle lead you, as Terence McKenna would say, right? It's the cosmic giggle. Okay? Speak the code of beauty. Truth and good are slippery fish. But beauty, that's the golden thread. You follow it, you weave it, then you start to live it. Know that every choice, every word is a portal to another dimension of being, where you focus on expands. So choose wisely, okay? To hack the matrix, okay? So you got to own your taste. The life you live is a reflection of your beauty or lack thereof that you dared to create. So refuse to live someone else's ugly dream. Ooh, okay. You're not here to follow, you're here to flow, to create, to disrupt. Reality itself is a psychedelic, my friends, and you are its conductor. So now go and drop your own wisdom tsunamis and ride the waves to infinite awakening. Okay? To infinite awakening. Now, I really found it very interesting that everything I thought in reality is people forgetting that they are whole. They're already whole, right? And Tantra is a way of being. A lot of people don't see it that way, right? So the gap between you and abundance isn't real, right? It's just imagined. So it's not, the divine isn't out there hidden in the heavens. It's right here. It's internal. It's every breath. It's every smile, every blade of grass. Every moment is a fractal, a reflection of the infinite. So when you drink water, you're not just quenching your thirst, you're merging with the flow of life itself. When you gaze into another's eyes, you're not just connecting, you're looking at a reflection of you in the mirror. So all of us is us. But here's the challenge. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know. Okay? I didn't know how the rhythm played out there. I was like, they not like us, but they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know. Okay? They want you to forget, to think that you're small, to think that you're powerless, to keep you running on the hamster wheel. If that's not enough, that's not enough. But here's the secret they can't erase. You are that. You are it. Think about your dreams. In a dream where everything makes sense and doesn't make sense all at once, logic bends and flows like water, correct? Time doesn't exist in the way that it does. And yet, every symbol, every interaction lies behind a very profound meaning. Life is no different than a dream. Everything unfolding in your reality is like the logic of a dream. The people that you meet, the challenges you face, the synchronicities, they're all parts of your own consciousness, guiding you back to home, remembering who you really are. You are the dreamer and the dream. And the moment you wake up to that fact, you don't need to fight reality anymore. You just start to dance with it. If you take away one thing from this talk, let it be this. There is no me and there is no you. There's only us. Because separation is the greatest illusion of all. What you admire in another is a reflection of your own divinity. What you resist in another is a part of yourself that needs healing. So when you see yourself in others, you begin to see the truth. All of us is us. And when you live in that knowing, life transforms for you. Struggles become less, loss becomes growth. Every moment becomes a chance to deepen your connection to the divine, to God, to Source, to Allah, to Buddha, the infinite, the creator, the Brahman. Remember who you are. Let go of the story that you are not enough. Drop the belief that you're separate from abundance. Stop chasing the illusion of someday and realize it's day one. When what you desired is already here. You are a god or a goddess, forgetting that you are, only to remember again. And the moment you remember, everything shifts. So live fully, love deeply, and remember you are it. We are it. All of us is us. Yeah. Mic drop. Okay. All right. Let's go. All right, let me do a little bit of acting now, okay? I'm gonna play both this character. This is Normie NPC guy, okay? Shuddy Jack or whatever. Whatever he's called in the meme world. I call him Derek the Normie, okay? And this guy's Kai. He's the channeler, okay? So they're both in, okay, some kind of a rainy coffee, an afternoon setting, let's say. Okay, Derek, he believes in traditional religion, and he's a skeptic of anything that challenges his worldview. And he sits across from this other guy, Kai, right? A very calm but intense channeler representing Primal Sutra. Okay? Kai has a reputation for merging ancient wisdom with modern peak performance. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to play both roles. Okay, so I'm going to play a nerdy voice for this guy and a different voice for the other guy, Kai. Okay, so this is Derek, the other guy's Kai. Let's go. Okay, Kai, let's get this out of the way. Channeling spirits? Are you fucking bonkers? Do you even know what you're talking about? It sounds like something out of a witchcraft handbook. Isn't that you just inviting demons into your life? I mean, how can you call yourself spiritual when it's clearly against God? Well, that's an interesting perspective, Derek. But let's unpack that. You say channeling invites demons. What's your definition of a demon? And who told you God doesn't work through vessels? A demon is a deceiver. It is an adversary. It pretends to be something that it's not. It leads you away from God, and God doesn't need middlemen. Why complicate faith with all this metaphysical, new age mumbo jumbo? Hmm. So by that logic, Moses was a witch? Didn't he channel divine energy to part the Red Sea? What about the prophets? Aren't they the ultimate middlemen? Or is it only okay when it's written in a book so that it fits into your narrative? That's not the same. Moses was chosen by God. Prophets spoke directly to him, not some random spirits. Ah, but here's the thing. You assume channeling is random. And what if I told you it's a sacred alignment? I don't just talk to spirits. I channel ideas, archetypes, energies, guides, all attuned to my higher self. Ever hear of the still small voice? That's not random either. It's divine connection. So you tell me, Derek, is your issue the process or that I've stepped outside of your framework? Well, it's unnatural. It's not natural. You're talking to something unseen. It feels wrong. It feels dangerous. You're going to hurt yourself for no reason. Unnatural. What about electricity? What about radio waves? You can't see them, and yet you benefit from them every single day. You trust a light switch without question, and yet when it comes to spiritual technology, tools like channeling, you close the door out of fear. My question is why? Well, because the Bible warns against false prophets and sorcery. You can't know if what you're channeling is pure. You're right to want discernment, but here's the nuance. Channeling isn't inherently good or bad. It's about the channeler's intent and clarity. I work with what I call the flow state deities, the archetypes of focus, creativity, love, and wisdom. They guide people to unlock their potential. Is that demonic to you, or does that sound, well, simply unfamiliar? Hmm. It's just, it doesn't fit, okay? It doesn't fit. It's not natural. If God is enough, then why do we need these guides? Maybe God is enough, Derek. But humans, we are messy, complex beings. Sometimes we need these tools, meditation, prayer, or even channeling, to remind us of God's presence. Calling on a guide isn't rejecting God, it's recognizing that divinity flows through all things, including archetypes and energies.
Oh yeah, but how do you know you're not being deceived, huh? You're some kind of practical wizard mumbo jumbo that you're saying right here, huh? You think that you're right when you say that?
I mean, same way you know your prayers are reaching God, faith and results. Faith and results. Listen, when I channel, lives change. People heal, break cycles, they align with their purpose again. Demons don't lead to love or empowerment, Derek. They lead to fear. And look, we're having this conversation. That's the power of stepping into the unknown with curiosity and not just fear.
So you're just saying it's another way to connect with the divine. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Channeling is like speaking a different language of the same truth. God, source, the universe, it's all one song. And I just happen to be fluent in multiple verses. But you don't have to agree. Just ask yourself this: does rejecting what you don't understand bring you closer to faith or further into fear? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. This has been the Normie versus the Holy Monster. Thank you. Oh my goodness, what a great improvisational dynamic between these two energies. Woo! That was fun. Hey, give me a thumbs up if you want an animated show of this or something, you know? Like, let's get some illustrator. Let's get somebody that creates these little Wojak stuff, right? Let's make this into a cartoon. Let's make this into a whatever, man. You guys get inspired. Just transcribe it. Just put it on a newsletter. Okay, break it down. Do whatever you want with it. This information is for you to use in your own life in some way. Okay, give credit where it's due and understand that you are here to evolve yourself through the crescendo of this reality. So reality is transurfing with you. If there are possible realities and you just need to find the right stream, then absolutely you need to tap into creating your own pendulum swing. You yourself, your name, your family, your voice, your body language, all of that is a pendulum. You are swinging in a certain way, okay, throughout life. And if you can fine tune that pendulum swing, and we can help you do this, okay? Go and join and click the links, okay? PrimalSutraMysterySchool.com. Let's go. We are heading to New Zealand, guys. I got my visa, so it's gonna happen. And so meet us there. If you're there, it might be too late to sign up, but we are gonna go online with our tickets. So buy those tickets online. Myself and Ryan G will be there in person, so you can, you know, you can send us lots of Q&As, especially if you're an adept. If you're an adept, you get to ask us primarily more Q&As than others because, of course, this information is also due to great merits and how it's being earned and the process of each individual going through the process. Okay, so I can't share too much on here. However, I will give you a taste of what this journey is about. I hope you enjoyed it today. And, you know, this was a very, very inspiring topic that I got last night. And I started to understand, wait a second, maybe I should just write this down, you know? Um, because we live in the world where the grandest trick is making us forget who we really are. And if you just remember who you really are and you create that pillar, that spaciousness, that openness, it's just, man, it fades away everything, every fear, any discouragement from others or hetero suggestions from others, other people's opinions. It doesn't stick to you, right? If you feel very insecure and comments are sticking to you, that means you secretly believe in that, right? If I said you have green hair and you don't, and you're like, what? So what, right? But if I say that you have that specific hair color, your mind will go into that and be like, yeah, that's partly true what you said, and therefore I'm going to try to analyze it. However, life doesn't work like that. We need to free ourselves and evolve and be walking miracles, okay? Walking miracles everywhere that we go, because that's truly the best way to live, at least according to me, okay? You could live however which way you want to. I'm not opposed to that. However, I show up and I carry being that miracle, being that star, at least to myself. So if I have that self-preservation, self-care, and self-love, that can emanate onto others and heal them too, because you become a walking bliss portal, paradox, on 2 feet. Okay, so let's get it today, Upward Spiral. Thank you guys so much for tapping in. It's been Uncle Makara once again. Okay, crocodile in a new dimension. Okay, let's go. Upward Spiral, gang. May we never be the same again. Share this with a flow me. You already know what to do. Let's win. Let's win today. Winning. Okay, let's go. Us. Much love.